G'day everyone, it's my first Age of Sigmar battle report for this year. It has been a while since I've done it, so bear with me. I've got to get my groove back, so to speak. Anyway, the game that you're seeing here is a Season of War campaign game against myself and Vince. Vince is using his Flesh Eater Quartz, and I'm using my Ironjawz. This video is going to run for more than an hour, so I'll keep the talking to a minimum, but I will highlight my ideas about the game, my thoughts and comments. Not so much ideas. I mean, the game itself is pretty good. I mean, a lot of people have backed out Age of Sigmar, but I really like the game. It's fun, it's different, it's new, and it uses the models that I already have. So yeah, I took a break from Warhammer and Age of Sigmar altogether for a while. Moved on to board games, did Kings of War for a bit. Yeah, I only decided to get into Age of Sigmar when the Ironjawz dropped. So I thought, it'd be a good idea, get some new models. I had quite a few of the Black Hawk models, which they actually still use. And yeah, I thought I'd get into Ironjawz, and I'm really liking the army. Yeah, so let's talk about the game. It doesn't start from the beginning, as you probably already noticed, but it is my turn one, and the battle traits that you get for destruction, as you might not be aware, is rampages. So basically, in the hero phase, if you're within 6 inches of your character or your general, you get to move d6, and one of the battle traits allows you to add 2 to that roll. And you add that on top of the Iron Fist, and it makes orcs, especially Ironjawz, pretty fast. Yeah, most of the stuff I've painted just recently. I've got a big unit of brutes, 10 brutes, 2 gore hackers, and the boss is carrying the boss claw and the brute smasher, which is I think is a really nice combo. I've also got a war chanter, 3 gore grunters, and a unit of odd boys, as you can see me moving here. A lot of people underrate odd boys for some reason. They prefer the big stuff like the brutes, but odd boys I find are pretty resilient. Only bravery 6, but they become bravery 8 if you're within 3 inches of a enemy unit, which makes them pretty tough. They're 2 wounds, 4 up armor, and of course you can give them the shields. I myself prefer the big choppers, so it's 1 less attack, but it is rend 1 damage, but it is pretty stock standard no matter what you look at throughout the army. The rend -1 is always a good thing. So this scenario that we're playing is the take and hold scenario from the General's Handbook, which dropped recently. And I have to admit, ever since the General's Handbook dropped from Games Workshop, the game is really taken off. Lots of new battle terms came out as well, and I think the game's just really picked up. I haven't seen so many people get into it, the hobbyists especially. We've seen some really nice looking armies, especially on Twitter, Instagram. I myself, I'm on Instagram, so I'll probably put a link up on the comments. But yeah, I love Instagram. It really motivates me to paint the army, showcase it a bit, not just paint the models, but current projects, say board games, stuff that I'm assembling. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't see too many Ironjawz battle reports out there on the web, so I think I'll start off with my Ironjawz with battle reports and stuff like that. It's really nice to see a fully painted army on the table, I have to admit. I don't know if I'll get into Age of Sigmar competitively, because as I've grown older over the years, I've really just preferred to just paint stuff. It's the hobbyist in me. Yeah, I just want to see painted models on the table. In terms of gaming, I will pretty much just yeah, no tournaments, no tournaments for me. There's not that many in Sydney anyway, but I really like the social aspect of it. You go into a Games Workshop, mostly everyone's playing Age of Sigmar these days, especially lately with the Season of War. Yeah, I'm going to drop this video out on August 15th, so that'll be the first day of the end of the Season of War campaign. But a lot of guys have invested a lot of money in their armies, you know, bought heaps of stuff for the Season of War, and and I've loved the campaign. I'm pretty sad that it's finished. I mean, it only ran for a month, but as a hobbyist, you know, the Season of War just got the hobbyist juice flowing. People modeling, painting their unpainted minis and putting their scores up on the internet and just comparing it globally against other countries and playing for regions. That gave me a mad hobby boner, eh? And I think it did it for a lot of people. So yeah, Ironjawz was one of the first few books that come out for Destruction, and it came out earlier this year. And I was just starting Age of Sigmar then, and I was all over the place when it came to the battle tomes and stuff like that. There was a lot of catching up to do. Even now, I'm still catching up. I'm basically spent a lot of time painting my own minis, getting a couple of practice games here and there, just getting used to the rules, FAQs. And it was a good time to rejoin Age of Sigmar because the General's Handbook just popped out. And I got my cousin Vince to get into Age of Sigmar as well. Fewer models than a fantasy army, we have to admit. We're really lacking rounds. I'm really tempted to rebase some of my square stuff into rounds. As you can see, Vince is moving his Crypt Ghouls up. He wasn't a big fan of Crypt Ghouls at first, but he's really started to get a soft spot for them. You know, they're the main battle line of the army, and they do the job of plenty of attacks. You know, as long as you keep piling on the attacks with the buffs from the Flesh Eaters, it's really good stuff. That's the other thing that we've liked about it as well. All the synergies, working out the synergies because it's all new to us, and discovering these new things. It's yeah. We've just embraced it with open arms. Now I've moved over to the other flank for the combat. This is the Mega Boss. Loving the battle traits and the command traits that you can give to your army in the General's Handbook when it comes to match play. Really liking it. There's a lot of customization available. Hopefully Ironjawz get their own stuff. A lot like the Bone Splitters and Beast Claw Raiders, Sylvaneth. Yeah, they've all got their own battle traits and in their battle tome, and it opens up to a lot of customization, and it's mad because it's not stuff that you can write while you're writing an army list. You know, you can come up with these things depending on the army that you're facing. So when you get to a table, you deploy, and if you notice that you're going up against Sylvaneth and they've got plenty of Sylvaneth woods on a table, you go ahead and you can pick the command trait where you can destroy not so much destroy the trees, but you take away the special abilities of those woods and scenery or any terrain really. And it's that sort of customization that really caught our attention with this game. So in the middle you can see that I've got a unit of 10 brutes. Because of what happened the last time I played against Vince, the brutes just smashed the king on Terrorgheist, and I thought I could do it again, but this is actually a 1,000-point game. I failed to mention earlier. So less toys on the table. The big Gribblies, you got to pay a premium for them, but with Flesh Eater Courts and Death in general, you can give the hero a cool little item where once they die, you can bring them back anywhere on the table, and they get D3 wins back. And on top of that, he's got a special ability where he heals himself as well. So you can make multiple uses of your big characters. That's why Vince decided to go for the big Gribbly here.
We're gonna do him onto him.
So it looks like it's my attacks. Look, I'm really liking brutes. If you played Ironjawz either with or against them, you'll know what they do. They're good at roughing stuff up, especially the big guys. Anything with 4 or more wounds, get to reroll a hit. Plus, they've got a couple of things that can multiply the damage. The Gore Hacker does D3, and of course the Boss Claw itself does 2 damage each at -1 rend, and the Smasher itself is -2.
Boss Claw?
-2, I think D3, yeah, D3 damage. So it's good at it's really good at because it's got all those multiple sources of multiple damage. You can see in that combat as well, you've got a Vargulf Courtier. Courtier or Courtier? Courtier. It depends how you say it. I say tomato, you say tomato. That sort of thing. But that thing is feral. And it's not even a monster as well, so there's I don't think it counts as a behemoth because it's not a monster. I'll have to double check that one. But I started off with a unit of 10, trying to whittle away at the Vargulf, which I did 4 wins instead. Then I had to split up the attacks, so the rest are going to go to the Ghoul King. I'm sure it's a Ghoul King. Just let me double check Vince's list. Yes, it's the Abhorrent Ghoul King on Terrorgheist, and that's got the Ring of Immortality. It's he's also got like I mentioned earlier, the Vargulf Courtier, the 2 units of 10 Crypt Ghouls, the 3 Crypt Horrors, and a Crypt Ghast Courtier. Probably can't see the Crypt Ghast Courtier. Oh yeah, actually you can. It's hiding behind the in the background there. Another thing that I find about the Iron Fist Rampages combo is that sometimes the brutes or your units tend to get too far ahead of the characters as well. So that's something you've sort of got to mitigate and think about, especially when it comes to buffing the characters, not just the characters but the units in general. Ranges in Age of Sigmar are a lot different compared to 8th Ed. So you've got some really cool abilities, but they're limited to 6 inches. Say for example, the Mega Boss's Wa ability is every unit within 10 inches of him get to get an extra attack if you roll that many units on that are within 10 inches of the Mega Boss.
You haven't done the Vargulf yet.
Actually, if you roll a 6, you get 2 extra attacks, which I did in this game. Actually, I've done that quite a bit lately. Roll a 6 for his Wa ability for extra 2 attacks for each melee weapon, but I end up not using it because you're too far to charge or it doesn't get into combat, so it becomes a bit of a waste.
I get that.
But I tell you what, an extra attack on the Gore Hackers and you pump them up with +1 from the War Chanter, the +1 hit from the War Chanter, and they become pretty nasty. Over here we have 3 Gore Grunters, who also has the Iron Fist boss, so he gets upgraded from 5 to 7 wounds. I put Inspiring Presence on them. Yeah, Gore Grunters are yeah, I don't know about Gore Grunters. I'm a bit torn with them because they're 5 wounds each. Yeah, they're pretty tanky, but they're good at tanking and grinding out 1 wound models because they pump that many attacks. The guys on top are 3 attacks each at -1 rend, only 1 damage. 3 to hit, 3 to wound. It's the piggies, 4 attacks, 4 to hit, 4 to wound. No rend, 1 damage. So there's quite a few attacks coming through, but 4-up armor. They're certainly not Vanguard. Definitely not. They've only got one ability where if you're in a charge phase and you're within more than 8 inches of any unit, so it doesn't even have to be the unit that you're charging. If you've got to be more than 8, and on the charge they do D3 damage with the piggies instead. So 8, you know, it's you really need to combo that with anything that can give you extra dice to charge with, namely Goldrax's ability. But if they're on their own, you know, 2 dice 8, it's above average. It's certainly hard to get. And that being said, I tried to do that in this game. I got a bit greedy in this game because I always wanted to get that. I always wanted to be 8 away from him, and when I tried to charge, I kept rolling less than 8. So and then in the end, he ended up charging me. And my idea was actually put him in the forest so I can get a bit of cover. But yeah, I got a bit greedy. So over here we see Vince's amazing rolling. That in future I will have a camera set up to show dice rolls as well. But you can see the Eyed Boy's taking on some ghouls. This is where I really need to punch through the battle line so I can get to the objective. At the moment he doesn't have 5 models anywhere near that objective, so I'm gonna try and wipe out the ghouls and try and advance so I can tag that objective.
Okay, we're here. Alright. So I'm gonna go here again.
Going back to the Gore Grunters now.
Alright. So the guys on top.
So it looks like I'll be attacking with the Gore Grunters. So the guys on top.
Ah, the bars up to go, okay. Alright. 3s and 3s. Oh! 2. -1. You're in cover.
Yeah, judging from my reaction, I think that was a pretty bad roll. 9 attacks altogether. I think only 2 got through. I think I only did 1 damage in the end. I must say as well, with Grand Alliance Deathless Minions, oh my goodness, that thing's atrocious. So you get your armor and Deathless Minions, which is a 5-up roll to ignore wounds, and if you've got the Abhorrent Ghoul King, you're casting Unholy Vitality, which is another 5-up, ignore the wound. It makes units pretty tanky, and horrors, they can definitely dish out the attacks. 2 damage each on their damage table. Makes them pretty good.
-1, so get to the cover stage. So 2. Alright, multiplies. 2 damage. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, choose 2. -2. No. D3 damage. Oh. That's it, no shots? Yeah. They're good. They're 10, aren't they? 6, lost 2. Doesn't matter. Turn 3!
So yeah, it looks like it's the start of turn 3. Still got Inspiring Presence on the Gore Grunters, which is always handy to have. You don't want 5 wound models running away from a couple of models dying. They are a little higher bravery than your typical orc. Plus, of course, you know, they're 5 wounds each. So unless you're pointing them at the direction of something that can do multiple damage, and yeah, they should be able to grind out most units. I really like Gore Grunters. I mean, people might have worse experiences with them, worse or better experiences. I just believe that they can outgrind most one wound low armor models. And it looks like Vince is going first and replenishing those crypt ghouls due to the to the Vargulf. I think it's Vargulf or the Terrorgheist. Either way, on a 2+, roll 6 dice is bringing them back.
I did the one.
The Vargulf can also heal horrors, flayers, and such. I believe it's only 6, but there is a buff that can bring it up to 5. I'll have to double check that too.
He was D3. Yeah.
Vargulf just got so many abilities, and if you're a Bone Splitters fan, you'll be very happy to know that it's not a monster. So all your beautiful buffs against the Vargulf will, it's still nice. I mean, especially got big stabbers and stuff, but yeah, just obviously not as good as if it was a monster. Yeah, it should be a monster, but yes, unfortunately, it's not in the keyword.
Oh, you got no. Can't afford it. Yeah, he's gonna get.
Unfortunately for Vince, that Ghoul King on Terrorgheist is 100% a monster, and it's casting Unholy Vitality on itself. So not only is it getting its armor and its deathless minions, but it's also getting Unholy Vitality. They make it pretty tanky. And it looks like he's putting Inspiring Presence on the Crypt Ghouls as well.
Shooting.
There you go, shooting phase. Time for the big screen. I have put a couple of wounds into the Terrorgheist, so it won't be as effective, but it's still pretty nasty.
So yeah. Okay. So it's 5 plus whatever. So 7 and 1 wound.
And 1 mortal wound gets through.
Sit combat. Still
Activating the Terrorgheist as you do, as the first model that he wants to attack with in his close combat phase. Can't say I blame him.
So this is when you start averaging it out, it's a lot better. Hey, I spoke too soon. -1? No. Oh yeah, -1. Any multipliers? Just 1 damage. So close, he's still in tier 2, so he's still got 4.
So that's 1 model down.
I wish that was a thing, man. Freeze. Just 1. -1.
Yep, there's another one. Multiplies. Yep.
3.
No.
And another one bites the dust. He's getting through those brutes pretty quickly.
What's it here? Yeah. Yep. So if the roll to win is 6, it does D6 6 model.
6 model wounds.
So yeah, 6 mortal wounds straight up when you roll a 6 to hit with them all. Oh man, that was nasty. Oh yeah. So I had no choice but to get rid of one of the gore hackers, and it looks like it's just the boss and the one of the other gore hackers left.
6 model wounds instead of this one.
Big trouble. Okay. My turn? Everything's just gonna spike with Terrorgheist.
So it's my turn to activate, and then it looks like I'm activating the brutes onto the Terrorgheist. Not that I have much choice.
-2.
There is just 2 of them left, so looking to get as much wounds as I possibly can on the big fella.
Nope. 5 forward. 2, 6. This is a -2.
-2, yeah.
So it's just warden mode. So 5. And Vigo. Oh no, that was the Vigo. This
Yeah,
is
I just made a double. Yeah, Snake Eyes!
And Snake Eyes with deathless minions.
5 damage!
And the multiplier puts 5 damage onto the Terrorgheist, so that's always a good thing.
3.
Come on, you gotta kill him!
Alright, go ahead now. 3 rolls.
Yes, good start!
3s. 2. -1.
So 5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
5,
Yes.
5.
1 and 5. Ah, you suck!
And there's a case of unholy vitality
Done already hard.
/ armor / deathless minions, just reducing the amount of wounds that the big fella cops. So well played and well rolled by Vince.
Let's do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the champion, sorry.
Extra attack, yeah.
So 4s and 3s.
Pretty average.
3. So if I roll 6 for the wound,
Yeah.
it inflicts 3 damage instead of 2, but there's no way.
But it's not red. Okay. 3 red.
3 damage.
Oh, 3 damage. 3 red.
So I'll put in
Next week I'll be getting on the 7th because
Come on,
I'm
then.
missing on that.
Doesn't make any difference.
And
Alright, boys. So 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Red thinks 4s, white thinks 3.
Alright, so we're moving on to the Hard Boys combat against the Ghouls.
Oh, it was hit.
You know, a lot of people just don't rate Hard Boys for some reason. I know they cost the same as the Gore Grunters and the Brutes, and obviously you'd want to you want more damage impact or damage output with the Brutes over the Hard Boys. But Hard Boys, you know, are resilient. I might have spoken about it earlier, but you know, I love the Hard Boys. The fact that you can give them 2 standards.
I'll see you all next time.
One standard to give him the +2 bravery for being within 3 inches of a unit, and the other one was probably not as useful, but it is there, and it's, you know, it's there for us to use. And that's, you know, if you lose a model from running away from battle shock, you roll the dice, and on a 6, they won't run away. But it's always a good ability to have, you know, especially a secondary ability. When it comes to standards, you know, not many units in the game have that, so it's a bit of a luxury.
3s to hit.
But and I mean, you can give them the different types of loadouts when it comes to weapons. Personally, I just tell my opponents, look,
-1.
they've all got the big smashes, so that's 1 less attack than the double chopper, but it does have the -1 rend.
Like bang.
Yeah, I'd like to put in a shield with the big boss, just for, you know, to help him keep his wounds on a little longer. As you do, you leave the boss, usually one of the last models that you leave on the group. Personally, when I'm removing the models, for the dead models for the Hard Boys, I tend to leave the standard last, because, you know, the bravery 8 is probably more important for me anyway than the extra hitting power of the boss.
So
1 damage.
Plus, I've always been a big fan of Black Orc models since, oh man, God knows when. I think it might have been during Storm of Chaos when I was really attracted to them, so to speak. And back then, it was actually the metal models. I believe it was for the Storm of Chaos campaign when they released the metal models, and the models had the double chopper, and they had the great chopper back then. And I mean, most of the poses were the same with the metal models, but you know, for me it was alright. It's just that, you know, the chunkiness of the armor of the Black Orcs was was really what really inspired me to get a full Black Orc army for that Storm of Chaos campaign.
Oh boy.
And I'm pretty sure I've painted up most of those metal Black Orcs too, and they're just lying around somewhere in a silly little box. I know it's around somewhere, but I've got about 60 of those metal ones. And then the plastic ones came out. Yeah, I really love those. It was a pain in the bottom to rank them up in squares. And then when 8th edition came around, I started doing unit fillers for the Black Orcs. And then obviously when Games Workshop moved away from 8th edition and moved on to Age of Sigmar, I didn't play Age of Sigmar straight away. What I did was I jumped straight into the Kings of War bandwagon, which is a pretty good game. I like Kings of War. You know, people knock it as being, you know, less characterful. Yes, it is. I mean, if you go compared to Games Workshop's 35 odd years of fluff and character and, you know, all that time to build up all their heroes and the fluff. Yeah, Kings of War, you know, they've got nothing on Games Workshop, but the game itself is an awesome game. Tactically, it's beautiful. It's very easy to learn, and you know, I'd still play Kings of War, and that's the reason why I keep some of my models on square bases just for Kings of War, and of course, you know, the odd 8th edition game that comes up.
Oh crap! I forgot about it.
What turn is this? 3. He'll drink his battle brew.
Okay, which set of skeletons is this? Yeah, the basic text.
Battle brew's I had 1 to hit 3. He's gonna give them.
See, I'm building 8. I don't think you wouldn't mind building 100 of these.
That's within 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, movement.
No, I'm building sword and shield. Yeah. Not spear.
So I'll go 4.
I
I'm just gonna make sure it's up 3. There we go.
Because I'm not phalanxing.
So we don't know if they're gonna get it.
Little shield and sword.
On the other hand, I think he's gonna stay where he is. I think he's happy where he is. Yeah. Okay. Dodges. You? Oh shit.
2 1s.
Hey.
Yeah, just attending to some messages. But yeah, it looks like it's my turn. I've moved the Mega Boss up, put on Battle Brew. I think I left Inspiring Presence. No, I think this is the turn where this is the turn I gave him. I called the War. I didn't get the 2 extra attacks, but I was very fortunate enough to roll low on the war roll, and gave the extra attacks to not only himself but to the Eye Boys as I'm measuring there, and the Gorg Hunters, which were less than 10 inches away. Another rule that catches people out, the cover saves. So if you charge a unit, the unit that's being charged gets a cover save if they're in terrain. But however, if you're the chargee, you don't get that cover save. And also looked at the FAQ as well. It's the whole unit. If you're talking units like 10 models, the whole unit has to be in terrain in order to get that cover save. Whereas if you're a single model, it's any part of you that's on the terrain.
Alright, so 6 base. And then 2 attacks for his.
I think in this game as well, I was playing majority of models in cover, and the whole unit gets a cover save. So I mean, it's a hassle that you can implement, but you know, I prefer the way JW intended that, which is probably makes more sense. So I'll start playing it that way, most certainly in the near future.
Okay, so that's 5 minus 1.
He's got cover save, yeah?
Yeah.
So 4, just 5 and 5.
Because it offends them for being too close.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Goes through.
Gay.
How much damage is that?
2 damage.
It's down to 6. Is that all his attacks? Or is that...
He's got one more. He's got 2 fists.
So yeah, activating the Mega Boss to attack the Vargulf. Looks like I got a few through. Out of the 8 wounds of the Vargulf, I've done 6. Unholy Vitality isn't on the Vargulf, thank goodness. So it's it's a little easier to kill.
This one's -2.
So, combo is 4, so 6. 6 and 5.
Looks like Vince is activating his Vargulf himself, getting ready to spike the Mega Boss himself.
What's happening? He's done.
So he's pretty much doing combat with this.
You can pile in with him. You can pile in here as well.
How much moves does it have?
6. Oh no, 7 actually.
Well, you got cover, right? You got cover, so...
No, I'm not going to get cover save on the turn that I charge.
Oh, really?
That's what I stuffed up there. They're not meant to get cover.
Oh, these
On the
guys
turn
are-
that you charge, you don't get cover save. So yeah. So he's at the moment is 3.
Yeah, I'll just go here.
You there? Yep.
So yeah, it looks like Vince was thinking about whether or not he wanted to move towards the Mega Boss.
You don't even have to turn.
He knows that that the Art Boys
So, yeah.
are probably worth more points at the moment, 180 compared to 140 for the Mega Boss. So he's gone for them. A little bit easier to kill as well.
Yeah. There you go. We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
So as you can see on the Art Boys, I've buffed them up. So they've got +1 attack from the War, and also +1 hit from the War Chanter, which is just out of picture, just hiding on just near the Dragon Fate Days terrain model.
The skeletal claws down to 11, so it's pretty much good. 3 skeletal claws, 4s and 3s.
I'm here.
1, -1. D3.
2.
And it looks like there's only a handful of
More.
ghouls left as well, just standing in front of the Art Boy unit.
Do piggies next. No, you know what? We'll do the Art Boys next. Do the Art Boys.
Slowly peeling off
Guy.
each of the Art Boys.
Another
So it's the Art Boys' turn to pile in, activate.
There are 2 extra.
So with the one guy at the back,
these two?
I couldn't reach the Crypt Ghouls, so it was a wise idea for me to
2 extra.
move over to the
+1 to hit.
Terrorgheist, which also fortunately happened to be the closest model.
3s. Oh, failed me! Failed me!
2, 3.
-1.
So 5 up. So he's got 5, 5, 5.
Yeah.
He still has a thing on.
So that's covered.
So yeah, I thought I'd try my luck. Put 2 Art Boys towards the Terrorgheist.
5.
See if I can put a wound or 2 on it.
5.
So just 1.
1 damage.
Got 2 instead.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
And then the rest obviously on the Crypt Ghouls.
5.
In the future as well, I might put more effort into setting up a second camera to capture the dice rolls. I probably mentioned that already. But yeah, I definitely want to get like dice rolls.
1, 2,
What
3,
else?
4, 5,
Probably
6.
possibly a third camera as well to get a different view. When we're playing at my place, we'll definitely set the tripod and have it on a fixed location.
Not yet. That's just what
Maybe
we
further
do.
away from the table so you can see an overview of the table altogether.
8, 10, 13. 3 to win.
But yeah, I definitely want to get footage of dice rolls, especially like really important dice rolls such as initiative and armor saves and the latter phases of the game as well.
So there's only one of them, right? Oh no, that's all good. So there.
Oh, then, hey. Oh, champion card hit.
And there you go, just like that, all the criticals are gone. Very much needed when you need to take away models,
That's my 2 done.
especially with units that have high not battle shock, bravery, such as
A lot
undead,
closer.
bravery 10 on those guys. So you want to kill as much as you possibly can. Try to get them over the threshold of 10, and whatever they roll is the amount of models that they're gonna remove. But anything with high bravery, it's usually balanced out by low armor. Of course, with death, you get deathless minions, which 9 times out of 10, I reckon, or maybe even 10 times out of 10, most death players will take deathless minions,
Did you roll in 6s?
along with the command trait where you can buff it up to a 5 rather than a 6.
So I'm gonna lose.
Alright, so we're looking at the Gore Grunters now. Looks like, ooh, they've done enough damage
3, 4,
to get rid of 1 Gore Grunter, and it looks like a couple of floating wounds. No, it's, yeah, a couple of floating, more than a couple actually. I think it's 4 wounds. Ouch, 2 damage each. Yeah, they're doing their work.
Okay.
Doing their work.
I might as well do that.
Oh, so this guy, my guy. They got covered. Oh no.
No, you got cover. You got cover already. Mine got covered now because I only had 1 guy in, whereas 2 were out.
Once again, the Iron Fist Big Boss that's been upgraded by 2 wounds is the Gore Grunter boss. I like to switch it every now and again. Never put it on the brute units because that's my frontline unit, and you don't want to lose the ability to get that extra D6 move if your boss dies early phases in the game, especially such an aggressive unit that you want in there to swing and cop the attacks as well. I tend to leave it with the Gore Grunters because they're a bit more beefy. There's going to be at least 10 wounds, 5 each from both of the normal Grunters to accept the damage before you start putting damage on the big boss itself. So yeah, altogether, just from that 3 models, it's 17 wounds. So pretty tanky. 4-up armor. Give a Mystic Shield. 3-up armor. Yeah, it's a pretty beefy unit. Well, not beefy. Well, actually, I'll leave the puns out.
Oh, 4 attacks. 3s and 3s. Oh, mixed up. 3s. Yeah. -1, right?
-1. Yeah.
3 and 2s. The one that I need to.
Yeah. Alright, battle shocks. I'm not gonna lose any there because they're bravery 6. 6 and 1 is 7.
So yeah, it looks like we're up to the Battle Shock phase now.
10th round, aren't you?
And the Gore Grunters are good. I think they're bravery 7 as well, so we're sitting tight there.
Yeah, 6 wouldn't have lost any.
Bravery 7 or bravery 6. I'm sure actually, you know what, it might be 6 because Orc bravery isn't the best.
10-4?
So yeah, that one model wouldn't have made a difference, which is actually would have made a difference, wouldn't it? Yeah. 6 and 1, 7. Yeah, lucky.
Oh, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get any of the objectives no matter what.
So at this point, we're discussing about objectives. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any because I'm not gonna have 5 models left over to capture my own objective, and I'm not. Well, I have 1, so you need 2 to take and hold.
He's gonna rampages first.
So at this time, we've realized that it's all gonna come down to victory points. So finally, moving my war chant up, checking the range for the mega boss. Not that I really need it because he's gonna put the battle brew up.
The bellowing tyrant. Before I just give it to him myself. I might get lucky again. Roll another 6 or a 2. Yeah, we'll do plus. We'll do war. Yes, 1 attack. Command.
And the command ability going war again. So again, it's risky because there's only there's 2 Ironjawz units within 10 inches of himself. And the Gore Grunters, actually the Art Boys were in there, so but I was fortunate enough to roll a 2
Okay.
or something low. I can't remember, it was low.
He's gonna go in there.
Yeah, at this point I've come to the realization that yes, I do need to kill that Terrorgheist if it's gonna come down to victory points. Is it a smart move? We'll find out soon enough.
There's no shooting, so come back.
So yeah, and he easily makes a charge as well.
2 actually now.
2 wounds left.
Yeah. He's gonna go top 2.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my cover because I'm in charge's turn. So I'm gonna.
So you're activating the
these
Mega
guys.
Boss first. Oh no,
So we'll go.
yeah. Actually, we're activating the. Yes, we are activating the Art Boys. We're also just checking whether or not the Mega Boss was within range still, just in case. And of course, he's got cover saves now, so he's up to 2 up armor.
Sure you don't want to drink, Tom?
Okay.
Ginger beer? Or?
I'm trying to avoid sugar if I can.
3,
Sugar and ginger?
4.
There's sugar and ginger.
1 attack each this time.
Is it?
With sugar, yeah.
All right.
Oh. You want a mineral
3
water?
threes.
I'm just saying 'cause I got normal water.
Oh. There's no flavor in you, is there?
Hang on. That was the roll to hit.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. So the +1 hit
Good start.
with
Good start. Need 3s.
with the Art Boys,
Need 3s.
thanks to the War Chanter's Frenzy of Violence, that made a big difference.
You know, right? It's down now.
Going to murder this morning.
6 -1.
And of course, Lady Luck has other ideas when it comes to averages, so I put it down to 6.
Yeah. 5. You should get 1. Oi! Yeah. Okay.
Right, so the Terrorgheist is dead,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it does have Ring of Immortality.
So I'm gonna lose. Yeah, to him.
But of course, before that, we roll off to see how many mortal wounds he's dishing off to all other enemy units close by.
3.
You wanna roll for my guy?
Now you can. You seem to be doing well. 2.
So he's put on a couple of mortal wounds on the Vargulf as well. It looks
I
like.
don't know, let's have a look. I don't know if it's in the start of your hero phase or combat phase.
So at this point, we're determining what happens to the Ring of Immortality. If it happens in the hero phase, ends in the close combat phase, and reading the General's Handbook, it happens immediately. So once it dies, you can put him anywhere on the battlefield as long as you're away 9 inches.
Ring of Immortality.
Which is actually a really good thing for Vince. Not sure if you realized, but I went first this turn. So he's going to teleport away, and he's going to get an option to move around later on during his turn. Scream, heal, and of course move and charge. So it's something to think about as well.
12 inches.
Yeah.
So he's teleporting him onto the other side of the table. I'm not going to act as a scoring unit because it's not more than 5 models, but yeah, it's going to do some damage later on.
What do you?
Before the log off goes. 3s and 3s.
Oh, you're very confident that oh no, that's 3 wounds in him. Yeah, you're very confident that you can actually that he'll actually die. I don't think so. Look what happened the last time.
3s. No,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you need to do
So
that
here we
next
go.
time.
He's attacking the Vargulf, or using the Vargulf to attack my Mega Boss now.
I take that back.
3s and 2s now. Yep. Get a 2.
Yeah.
-2, right?
-2, so it's 2 up now. So it goes to 4. Dink!
So it's
Alright. I'm gonna do these guys. Yeah, so 1 extra attack. 3s and 3s. Oh. 2 hit.
Great work.
1 -1.
So they got cover, right? So 5 and just 5. No
Yeah,
more.
just go on.
Oh no, just got no. The general was there, so it's only.
There again.
Ah, it's too 5 this time.
So it's
5 and 6. No, okay, 5.
Denied.
4 and 4. This one's no ends. 3. Yeah, 3.
So they're on 4 and 6. 35 back. 4 and 3. Sixes to damage.
Yeah.
So 3s. No, right?
No end. 3s. Ah,
2 damage.
through. One's gonna get through.
And it looks like one more goal granted dies. So
Objective.
it's not looking good for the goal granters, but that being said, as long as he's tying up that big unit of horrors, stopping them from turning around and charging the mega boss or the hard boys, it's another turn is another win. Well, moral victory anyway.
Nah, it needs to be within.
No.
Yes.
Isn't it? I mean, maybe unit left.
That's the one objective where you actually need a unit there.
Okay.
You need a goalkeeper. 6 base, 1 attack extra. So it's 1.
So activating the mega boss to spike the Vargulf now.
What? Yeah, yeah.
How many wins for the
That's 6 so far.
6?
Alright, so that's 6 and -1.
-1, so it's just basic.
So with Battle Brew up, done 6 wounds on the Vargulf so far before saves.
Yes. Exactly that. How much damage is that?
2 damage. Alright.
And down goes the Vargulf. So
D3 deal?
it's actually looking a lot better. Whoa, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, it looks like it's Vince's turn, and it looks like it's gonna wreck some face. Before he starts off with everything, he's gonna start healing it first during his hero phase.
Yes.
And it looks like he's just sussing out where he wants him. And it looks like Vince is going for the big kill. It's a very aggressive move on Vince's behalf. Then again, as you do, it's the latter phases of the game, so we're just working out victory points now. So he wants as many points as he possibly can. So the Terrorgheist, which I previously killed, back on 5 wounds, making the aggressive play and going towards the Odd Boys and the War Chanter. Yes, and he also does have the Crypt Ghast left. He's making a very aggressive move as well. He's going towards a Mega Boss that hasn't been harmed yet. But he probably just wants to time down with in combat.
Might have dropped a couple of teams, but
Three. Plus the dice. What's the leadership of this?
pretty low. Let's see. Just roll for it. If you roll high,
Plus 3. So 8.
alright. Drum roll, please. Where is he? Where is he 7?
Ooh, so he takes one.
One damage. Yeah, not bad. That's actually pretty high there.
So he's done a couple of wins with the Scream on the War Chanter. Looks like only just the one wound actually. So yeah, the War Chanter's bravery is abnormally high. I think it was 7, and the Mega Boss you're looking at 8.
This one was closest one. This one.
So you know, I suppose for characters they're fairly average, but yeah, that bravery 7 really helped me out.
If I kill him, I can.
So in goes a Terrorgheist. Boom, done. Just like that in combat. See what he does with the Cryptghast. He is going for it.
Yeah, come here.
Yes, and he is in.
Yeah, he's in. Get in there.
So it's a gamble, but if it could pay off. I mean, if the Ghast manages to stick around, then obviously the Mega Boss won't be able to charge into the Crypt Horrors so easily. He's got to retreat first. So and yeah, I think we're up to about turn 4 now. So yeah, he's obviously going to activate that Terrorgheist first, which of course leaves the Cryptghast pretty open to being whacked by the Mega Boss around. I suppose he doesn't have much of a choice.
I'll use them more now.
Yeah, true, yeah.
3 and 3.
The ones on the common phone though.
Which one?
Oops.
Oops.
After that, 3 and 3. So 2 go 2.
-1, so 4 goes to 5. And then he multiplies. So no 1 damage. So I have to do him, and I have to do him.
So a couple of hard boys going down from the swing of the Ghoul King.
Skeletal close.
Girls wanted to go to sleep.
Then get 3 down. 4 and 3. Actually, I'll use the clone.
Well, that's what he wanted. He just knew the only way it was going to end up anyway.
Yeah!
The thing now.
Well, the mod's gonna take care of him. It should anyway.
I don't know if I want to get him or if I'm going to get him. Because if I roll 6, it's 6 more moves.
No, the horror
That's like 3.
No, he tried to stop heresy, but nothing he did would stop it.
So we just like went along with it.
Yeah. I think the war champion.
So 3 and 2.
Can't stop it, join us.
Yeah. Oh, oops. He's dead.
Awesome.
And the War Chanter goes down. Oh, maybe not.
One gets to his normal.
Yes, so I was working out what save the War Chanter has, and this was a -2 rend, I think. And I thought the armor would be 5 of the War Chanter, but it was 4. So gave myself a chance to save some of the wounds.
And he's gonna be on the lines.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter because he's dead anyway. So we're left with just the hard boys copying the hits from the Terrorgheist, although I do think that's it.
That's going to be this kind of jargon.
So the hard boys survived that one, unless he's still got more attacks, which I don't think he has.
GAR?
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And the Gold Grunt is doing his job of tanking that horror unit. Attaboy.
I'll do it last no matter what.
So activating the Mega Boss now.
So I'll do this one.
Should be a fairly easy fight for him to win, but
Back off and stuck it up.
I wouldn't put all my money into it.
That's why you can't just see like a massive open jaw.
So 2.
Two of mine.
Just 5 and 6.
Yeah, that's why I cut the.
If
No,
you
this that's on that.
That's on.
Yeah.
5 and 6. Oh, if you wanna, you can kill this guy. They won't get the.
Ah, too late.
what's that?
Too late.
Because it's reasonable. So 5 and 6. How we got that?
There was 12 kinds of brutal. You know when you just do something for shits and gigs and just so that we can actually you've ever done?
One. No.
Yes, I do. Remember the dreadnought with
Oh, 6. It's always.
Oh, it does look like I activated the Gold Granters first.
That is it.
See if we can get rid of him.
See if I can get rid of one model.
Weird attack.
Oh yes, I killed a hero, didn't
Oh,
I?
yeah.
Whoa!
So you get
extra attack.
so 3 and 3 for the third club. 3. So just no run.
No end, so 2.
So you just searching up
And
space.
he's gonna use his claws. 4 and 3. Alright, goodbye.
Yeah! That's
Going
like
forward.
6 attacks base.
So yeah, nothing happens in the Mega Boss, so it's time for him to smack that critical cast aside. So it's 6 attacks base, but because he killed the Vargulf already, it goes up to 1 extra attack. It has to be the weapon that that made that killing blow, so it goes on the chopper. And he also gets 1 wound as well, so he's up to 9 wounds now.
Ooh,
Not bad.
so he's got 1 down.
Scratch that, I think is he goes to 8 wounds, starting off at 7. So killing off that Crypt Ghast gives him an extra attack again on that chopper and another health to go on top of that. So he's sitting on 9 wounds now, which is always a handy thing.
Here we go. I just hope he leaves. He's gonna leave.
4 and 3.
So we're up to the combat with the horrors onto the Gold Grunters. Having a look if the king's within range of re-rolling to hit or to win one of them.
They're only good if they're gold kings are. But if the gold kings are.
Yeah. Pretty decent.
4. Three roll. 2. That's all I needed.
Yeah, no.
And 1.
1. No rent.
No run.
That's
2 damage.
Okay.
So he's put the 2 damage on the Gold Grunter, but the main thing was that he managed to live. So he's sitting on 3 wounds with 4 left. So as long as the Gold Grunter keeps tanking that horror unit, I'm happy. And it's time to activate the Art Boys.
I'm good. Alright. So the extra attack is
I go, what? Who's Dave? It doesn't matter, man. Just go. You do it like you do. I still prefer the
3. Okay, so these things 3s.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I'm 3s. 5 at -1. So he's gonna leave no matter what.
5. Oh, that's all they attack.
Yeah, that's it.
So 5 and 5.
So the Art Boys at this point in time is that their job is just to hold that Terrorgheist as well and put as many attacks and wounds as it possibly can. In case there is in case there's a showdown between the Terrorgheist and the King and the Mega Boss.
Hero phase.
I think in order to win this game, I think I do need to take down that Terrorgheist because it's worth about 400 odd points.
Critical 1. 6. Then get a 6.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hang on. I need to do. Oh no. Battle shock and effect it. Alright, so I need 6. Alright, last turn. Come on.
Turn. Hero phase. He gets phase 1. Phase 2. D3 wounds. So it's control.
So Vince's hero phase.
Now he's gonna cast his
He's healed that Terrorgheist once again. Such an annoying ability, but you expect that from Undead, I suppose.
no movement. Shooting.
Oh yeah. That's a vampire.
3 again. So 3 plus whatever I roll.
Yeah.
So 7.
Bravery 8.
He's also got that coming at you.
Combat, guys.
Hey Simon, see my Dargan?
So straight into combat, straight onto the hard boys. Why waste time, right?
He's not. Dargan rides the dragon.
Go skate, then. Go skate.
First time, man.
I lost the boots early. I was like, yeah, this should be alright. Oh, wait a second.
3s and 3s.
Yeah.
He's got the dirty Dargan name. Some cool vampire name.
3s. So
Yeah, that's no good.
I'm just gonna make it like he fucked up the magic spell.
2 get 3?
Raising the skeleton.
Only one
Now
handed
he is the dragon. And the dragon's in his body.
Oh, that's finished one.
Fours and 3s. 4s and 3s.
And Rafflin. Call the dragon Rafflin from Castine.
3s.
Rafflin's just like, God damn it, fucking. Calm down, I'll get you back.
-1 round. -1.
-1?
He's had to change.
Yes!
Yeah,
That's D3 damage, isn't it?
this is the one I need.
Yeah.
3 attack. 4s and 3s. Come on. 4s.
Yeah.
3s. Any 6s or 6 already? Ooh, 6 mortal wounds.
6 mortal wounds straight up. It's really gonna peel off the the hard boys now.
And these 2
Yeah, that was nasty.
they, -2 rounds.
-2. Unit's gone. Finished.
I should say. So D6 each.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
And that's the whole unit gone. So Vince is definitely up this turn. I've only got the Mega Boss and the Gore Grunters left, so it's up to the Mega Boss on his own to to do all the work and to gain these points. First up, he was within 3 inches of the Crypt Horrors, so he has to pile in instead of going towards that Terrorgheist. We do have one more turn, so hopefully he can get rid of these guys, of these Crypt Horrors, and get first turn to charge into the Terrorgheist first before he gets a chance to.
Oh my god!
How many ones did you get?
Oh my god!
And as you can see from my reaction, it was a pretty bad roll.
-1.
So we still got the cover?
Yeah.
How many is it? 2, 3?
3.
So 5s. And they don't get any. So they just 5s. Because there's no more hero within
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and he's far away. So 5s. So that's
6 damage each. 6 damage altogether.
So 4 plus 6.
That's enough.
Getting to the
Oh, it's gonna come down to this.
So yeah, the big dice rolls there has really paid off. So all those Crypt Horrors are gone,
how much are these?
and we're up to initiative for the last turn.
140, 180. Alright. 140, 180. Okay, alright. So we'll do rampages first with him.
No, it doesn't look like it's initiative. Oh, that's right. Vince went first. Okay, so it's my turn. So I'm activating my rampages first. Rolled pretty badly. Only moved 3 inches,
I think it's only.
but hopefully that's more than enough to get me in there.
What do you think? Yeah, 101. Yeah. Alright, okay.
He's still got his the Vigor as well.
Okay.
So it's come down to the last turn. I've still got my Gore Grunters, so I'm relying on my Mega Boss to take down this Boron King and his bloody Terrorgheist that seems to be killing everything in my army.
We'll do Bellowing Tyrant. Let's do it on himself. I'm not gonna bother rolling.
So he's gonna go in there fully buffed, Bellowing Tyrant on himself.
Nah, just one. That's what I needed to get the 1 extra attack.
He's drinking the Battle Brew. There's no point drinking it twice. He's already on 3s. Battle Brew, bring it down to 2s. And again, fortunate enough to roll. I think it was. I'm sure it was a 1. Roll the 1 for his Y ability, so he's getting an extra attack.
Yeah. I don't want to charge him in there because if you kill him, it's game over.
So I moved them up, all down to the important charge roll as well.
Only regen 1 thing on the top?
And he makes it too. So it's gonna come down to this.
Let's do this. Alright. 6 base. 2 extra attacks for 2 hits. There was no other hero there, was there?
Someone else is getting so
Anything but 1s.
Is that right here?
Huh?
Camera right here.
Yeah, close enough.
It's pretty much taking you video.
Yeah. Go, boss! One. Anything but 1s. So that's 6 minus 1. 6.
So 6 get through from 9 attacks. 6 and minus 1.
He's still got his toothpaste as well.
I think he had about 4 wins left. I can't remember exactly.
Minus 1, yeah? So 5, 5, 5.
Yeah. It's a lot to get through, but we can do it.
5.
Oh.
5.
Oh, the bad roll.
5.
So he's looking for more 5s from Unholy Vitality.
Yeah, got it.
And he's gone down. So it was a very tense game actually. It was a really good game. Vince played really well.
I just got him.
That Boring King on Terrorgheist with the Ring of Immortality is just rude. It's just rude, and I loved every minute of it. Yeah, so in the end, I tabled him, didn't get any of the objectives, so we're looking at a minor victory, but it was a really good game. It was a really good game.
I wasn't expecting that, but I wasn't expecting
No, I wasn't expecting it at all. I think they need Mystic Shield. That's why I prefer having the.
So yeah, that's it for my first game of Age of Sigmar, first battle report. Looking forward to doing more. I'm not sure if I'll do it in the same format or picture format, talking about it. It does involve, quite a bit of editing. I do prefer the raw footage over the still pictures, because you get more of an appreciation for painted models and scenery and terrain and whatnot. And of course, moments in the game where you roll well, roll bad, and initiative tests. Oh yeah, it's just so good. Really enjoying Age of Sigmar lately. We all have, guys in the gaming group. Vince been loving it. He's fully into his flesh eaters. I think he's thinking of doing Skaven next. So until the next battle report, yeah, we'll see you next time.
And if you get the watch and the +1/+1, these guys are one up to hit. So yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game. Yeah, that was a good game. Came out to the wire. But the scenario is a little harder to do because you
have to have a series.
always got to have one in and back. And I thought, no, I'll keep the odd boys back. But then I realized, no, I can't do that because then you'll surround me.
But if you could pretty much kill the other team, you might as well.
Yeah, that's right.
The points.
That's why you had to bum rush. Like that's what I thought I could actually take the Vargulf out earlier. But yeah, that was my mistake though. So yeah.